And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Wildcats offense will get the football first. Redemption might be on their mind as they took a whipping the last time these two squared off.
They sure did, Reese, and their best players made a lot of mistakes the last time out, especially on offense. David, it's really important in this one. The stars have to play like stars. They got to stat it up, and they got to start fast.
Yeah, and they got to remember what happened. They got to remember the celebration, the on-field antics, the social media, all of it that came with it. The embarrassment of last time. So, yes, your big players, they got to play big, especially in these rivalry games.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Caught in the backfield, it's Miller. Turning it on! And an explosive play has him on the move, and he gets it all the way to the 48-yard line. The Wildcats, right after the huge play through the air, back to the line. They'll give it to Baxter. Stopped after a gain of 3. It'll be 2nd and 7.
That's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
2nd down, going to throw it. Unloads to the wideout. He is lucky to get that one back, and the last thing you want is to turn it over on your opening drive.
Oh, and on defense, you just got to be able to finish that play. That defender had the football in his hands. He's just got to catch it. That should have been an interception.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. He makes a grab into the end zone. Touchdown, Wildcats.
And you can't draw it up any better. How do you shut a home crowd up? One of the best crowds in college football, you come in on the first drive and you handle your business. You get in the end zone. Palmer, this place was going absolutely berserk, and strangely, one possession in, it got rid.
That was really impressive from an execution standpoint, too. Obviously, you script those plays on your first possession. You practice them all week. It was so important, especially in this game, because you're right. This is one of the most hostile environments in all of college football. We've seen these fans, when they get rolling, it's like a tidal wave, and they just engulf teams and take games over. Great job by the offense early, executing and quieting this crowd down.
Driving forward, it's Baxter. And he breaks the play. Touchdown, Wildcats.
Well, they wanted to turn the page after losing their last game, so how about you come out in this one? On the opening drive, you march the field 75 yards and put 6 on the board. You can't start a game better than that.
And the extra point is good. The ball squirts through the end zone. That'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. The Volunteers offense coming onto the field, and we'll get our first look at them in this one. And here are the starters on the offensive front, and you won't find one much better in the country.
I think in college football, games are still won and lost in the trenches, David, and we are looking at one of the great offensive lines today in college football. They know every single week one thing. They're going to try to line up, and they're going to try and run the football. When you've got a tailback like they've got, and you've got this offensive line, man, they're hard to stop.
They are hard to stop, man. And what I love about offensive linemen, I like when they don't like people, and they enjoy moving people against their will. And this unit, man, they're going to pave holes, and this running back's going to get the credit. But make no mistake about it, that line up front paves the way and makes his job so much easier.
Looking for room, it's Bishop. Finds enough room to get 3 out to the 34.
I think that was an example of the offensive coordinator trying to help out his quarterback. He's trying to keep these third downs manageable. You know, you throw the ball on 2nd down and it's incomplete. Now you've set up 3rd and long, and now you're set up to fail.
And they'll spot it at the 38, and that'll be plenty for the first down.
And obviously it's still early in this football game, but after giving up a touchdown on the first drive and then coming out, like the worst thing you can do as an offense is go 3 and out and put your defense right back on the field. So that was a big third down to kind of settle them down and give them some more opportunities.
You guys have both played in rivalry games, so what did you do to keep yourself locked in during that week of preparation, David?
Well, you try to keep your emotions in check, but it's really, really hard to do because a lot of times the hatred is so strong. The emotions are so real. The coaches get super tight, and they start talking about things, Jesse, so you don't just treat it as another game.
No, it's hard to handle the anxiety leading up to those games, not just because of what it means to your season, but because of what the fans are saying, what your coaches are saying, what your family and friends are saying, understanding how important those rivalries are.
Burrowing for yardage. That just never had a chance as they controlled the middle of the field and stopped him in the backfield on third down.
Well, the defense blitzed on that last...
Wait just a minute, guys. The offense looks as if they're going for it in their own end. There he goes. He's got it up for the first down, and they roll the dice and convert and keep this drive going. They were willing to spin that wheel of fortune in their own territory, and it paid off.
And it came up good. I mean, I think you see the aggressiveness by these offenses now, willing to go for it on their own territory.
Picked off, that's number 15 on the year. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
Timing has to be so good. You're throwing at his own defense over the middle of the field. The ball's got to come out specifically on time because these windows close really quickly. Ball there thrown a little bit late. As a result, it's an INT.
Could not make his way to the corner.
Defense came into this one prepared for these quick receiver screen passes. Nice job beating blocks at the point of attack and rallying to the football.
The run inside. It's Baxter. Continuing to turn and move it forward. They're closing in on midfield. It's down at the 48.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
Oh, the defense moved in there too quickly. You think it's never going to work until it does, and that'll be a first down. The offense needed something, just anything, to give them just a little breathing room, and the defense provided it with that penalty. Handoff for Baxter. Nice run to pick up his way for good yardage there.
And I like the thought process on offense here early in this game. They're giving their bell cow the ball early enough. And there are a lot of coaches that outthink themselves, and they think, you know, we're going to throw the ball to set up the run instead because everybody on defense knows our guy is the focal point. But this offense is just keeping it simple. Let's just give our best player the football early in this game, and let's just get him into a rhythm.
This Kentucky offense really moving the ball quickly. A little misdirection and the handoff on the counter. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play.
It's going to be really interesting to watch Kentucky this year offensively, and I think running the ball is going to be critical. Will Stein now the new head coach, and he brings in C.J. Baxter at running back from Texas, David, a guy that was so highly recruited coming out of high school, had some injury issues early on during his time at Texas, but he has tremendous upside. And if he can stay healthy, this running game, I think, can take off.
Take off, game-breaking. They fortified the offensive line in the transfer portal. They've got to get back to that physical ground game. And you're right about Baxter. This guy was all-world, everything recruit. Lightning in a bottle, can make those big plays. Look.
Always a welcome play for the defense as they get a sack at the 47. Kentucky sends out the punting unit. He ought to be able to use this first punt to pin him deep. No opportunity to run it back as the ball goes out of bounds. The Volunteer offense is back, and they hope it's touchdown time in Tennessee. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game if you're going to win. And, David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
On first down from their own 22. Fresh setter down's going to the air. Can't hold on in the face of the contact.
Well, the quarterback knew he wanted to go to his tight end on that play. He's a big physical target, but it was the hit on the play that forced the incompletion.
Second and long here. Running inside. It's Bishop. Defense all over him.
And I think that might be an example of the running back maybe trying to do a little bit too much. Everybody wants to try to bounce the ball outside and hit the home run, but in college football at this level, you just need to do a better job taking what the defense gives you.
You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. Third and long from inside their own 20. From the gun, wants to pass. Out wide right, it's Matthews. He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the first down. Perhaps drawing confidence by converting an earlier fourth down, they'll try to do it for a second time in the opening quarter. And he's brought down, but he picks up the first down, and the gamble pays off. Guys, that's the end of the quarter, and Kentucky has the lead. And we've come to the end of the first as we take a moment to check out the stats so far. So first down here as they go back to work. Fresh set of downs going up top. Out wide left, it's Staley. Brought down at the 46, but he got 10 on the play.
That wide receiver on the outside is dangerous. When you're playing zone coverage, it's really hard because you're not chasing him. You can't really get hands on him. You got to make sure you send more guys his direction. Maybe slide those linebackers toward that wide receiver so you got a little more help on the outside.
He is snowed under, nowhere to go, and it'll be second and long.
Great job by the defense. Everybody firing off the ball, hitting their guys, holding their gaps, running to the football, nowhere to go.
Wants to go up top on second down. Throws to the wideout. Right side, it's Matthews. They finally get to him, but what a play there to pick up the first down. The Vols, after moving the sticks through the air, come to the line. From the gun, it's Gordon. Plows ahead for a pickup of 1 to the 32.
A lot of times you see these defenses, man, they pull the run blitzes. They understand the formations. It might be a run, play the percentages, and then you got to deal with the big defensive tackle inside. So more bodies near the line of scrimmage. Everybody's got to pick him up, but they didn't block the most important guy, the big fella right in the middle.
Able to haul it in, but right to the ground he goes, only a pickup of a couple. Look, you can't take away everything, right? So you give them that and rally and make a solid tackle.
Yeah, and a lot of times in zone coverage, I like when I can get all the eyes on the quarterback. I like when I can see the routes and see him develop in the middle. And you could tell they had keys on the tight end. He wasn't going anywhere after he caught that football.
And it's a catch, but he's got enough for the first down. And the Vols had tough field position to start this drive, but they've been relentless in moving the ball methodically down the field. Someone moved a little early, and the offense will go backward. They'll take the penalty and move them back. Just a little too eager there, and they'll back up 5, and it's 1st and 15. Wants to pass. Got him downfield. He stopped just short of the goal line at the 1. An explosive play has him set up.
Well, this is an offensive coordinator that has a lot of confidence in his guys, and you can see that from the play call. They were backed up all the way down near their goal line at the start of this drive, but they've stayed aggressive the entire time, putting the trust and confidence in his quarterback, in his players to get it done. They've moved this thing all the way down the field, and now they've completely flipped it. They're now at the goal line of the opponent. You gotta love what you've seen from this offense. Man, when you get opportunities down on the 1-yard line, you've got to capitalize. You cannot allow negative plays like that, though, David.
I think offenses want to be balanced and be able to take advantage of things, but, man, just be the more physical team, pound it downhill, and get a touchdown.
He wants it all. Throw to the end zone, picked off.
And this is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
Gets the back moving. First play of the drive, he'll look to throw. Got it in the middle, it's Gilmore. Gain of right at 7 yards, 2nd and 3 coming.
When these wide receivers work the middle of the field, so much of this is feel. Understanding where the holes are in the zone or understanding how to get leverage on a man. And these wide receivers are dangerous nowadays because they do it so fast and see that so quick and make those plays over the middle.
They're able to get him stopped just shy of the first down marker. Neyland Stadium alive, a cauldron of orange noise on 3rd down. Powers inside. He's got enough to move the chains for Kentucky.
Man, this offense continues to do such a great job on 3rd down. One of the best in the country at it, and the reason why, they keep it manageable most of the time. 3rd and short, they can run the football, be physical, convert first downs. This offense has been so...
He can't corral the pitch. The ball's on the ground. Defense got it. They're on the run. He almost popped out of there for a huge return, but they will take it. They are in business after the fumble recovery. Let's check in with Holly Rowe.
Checking in from the Tennessee sideline. Coming off that turnover, they know their defense has had their back, but the offense has to make them pay. This is an opportunity for them to get back in this game. It's been close so far, but the offense has to get on the board. Coming off that turnover, I feel the momentum shifting down here on this sideline. Guys, back to you.
Appreciate that, Holly. They'd love to pick up this 3rd down and get a fresh set with 1st and goal. Quarterback changing the play. Trying to squeak through the pile. He'll be stopped just short of the end zone, but they'll have it 1st and goal. The clock has reached the 2-minute mark, and they have a chance to at least cut into this lead before the break. And this offense will have to feel pretty good about itself if it can tie the game before halftime. 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. Knocked down immediately.
This is what you love to see from your red zone defense now. You're making the opponent go backwards. Really nice stop on the run, the TFL. Now you got a big 2nd down. Here probably expecting the offense to throw it with a little bit more room to work with.
Timeout taken by Kentucky. It's their first. They'll get together to decide how to play this 2nd down. We thought we might see some of this. They'll go to the Wildcat formation here. Direct snap. It's Gordon. Could not find a hole. This defense clogging up everything. It's 3rd and goal. Kentucky spends its 2nd timeout here. The brain trust getting thoughts together for this big 3rd down coming up. They'd love to make this short field pay off with a touchdown instead of a field goal, but it's 3rd and goal. From the gun, wants to pass. Touchdown, Volunteers! Grab the short pass to put the 6 on the board. Extra point here will tie the game. And he made the extra point without problem. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. They finish it up with a 3-yard scoring toss. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Wildcats come out and set and ready to go. As it turns out, the fumble on that last drive set up the touchdown, David.
And there's no bigger stat in football than turnovers. You turn the football over, they turn it into points. Jesse, that is not a recipe for success.
Good news, though, they get another chance, right? They can make amends with this drive right here. That's all that's important. You got to execute, you got to lock in.
Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down. They'll go to the air. Bought a little time, lets it go. He'll grab the throw to the sideline and step out of bounds after picking up a few. It's third down from their own 34 as they try to keep the drive moving. Push is ahead. They'll mark him down right there, but it'll be enough for a Kentucky first down. Clock stops momentarily for the first down. They'll hurry to the line. Drops back on first down.
Well, no real mystery there, and I think this coaching staff has a lot of confidence in their offensive line to get the push needed to give that back just a big enough crease to fall forward to get the first.
And it's so hard. My room for error is so small when I'm a defensive line. Like, I got to get off the ball as fast as I can and try to get some form of penetration. Just stop that ball from going north-south. They don't do it there, and they give up the first down.
It's just so nice as a coaching staff when you've got quarterbacks who make good decisions. And on a second and short play, you're throwing it, you're trying to catch the defense napping, you might take a shot, nothing there. Go get it yourself. Make the right decision to keep it, not hit.
And the Heat gets home. They knock him down back at the 45. The Volunteers will call their first timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. Now trying to keep this drive alive on third and long from the 45. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. He would have loved to make the big return there, but he still gives his team the ball at the 37. They'll snap it from the 37 for the first play of this drive. Tells to run, wants to pass. Left side is Matthews. He's brought down, stopped right at the 50-yard line. And the Volunteers want to pick up the tempo. Snap on first down, wants to throw. Catch in the middle, it's Davis. That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be second and just a few breaths away from the first down. Timeout is called. It's the second charge to Tennessee. And they'll still have 1 in their pocket for what's left in this first half. Second down to the air. Going deep. And they're not on the same page there.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Clock winding towards 0. They'll get 1 more snap off. Wants to throw on first. Pressure is all over him, and he can't get it off. Down he goes, and that'll bring us to the end of the first half.
Number 91, set to kick this one.
And the ball will make it into the end zone. No return on that one for a touchback. Holly, what did you find out coming out of halftime?
I caught up with Tennessee's head coach coming out of the locker room. He said this is exactly the type of game he was expecting. 2 solid defenses have made it very difficult to find points in the end zone today. The defenses have been terrific so far, really limiting what the other is able to do. Points are at a premium down here. Guys, you've got to believe that whoever makes the next mistake and has a turnover, that might be a significant change in this game. I'll keep you posted from the sidelines. Back to you.
Okay, Holly. Long way to go on second down. Couldn't connect on first down, now back to the air. Makes the catch, it's Bishop. Faced with a 3rd and short from their own 32 to keep this drive alive. They'll try to get it through the air. Fires to the tight end. Goes down immediately, but that's just what they needed. It'll be a first down. The Volunteers come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Sends it back in motion. Wants to keep it in the air. And here's the 3rd interception of the night. Able to stay on his feet and get the ball to the 21-yard line.
And talk about being an impact player for his defense. That's now his 2nd interception in this game. Time and time again, when they've thrown his direction, he's come up with a big play. And in a tight game like this, those 2 interceptions, that is massive for this defense.
The Wildcats now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Second down, gonna throw it. They're all over it. Just got rid of that one.
And how nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder. The snapping the football, everybody being on time. Man, this crowd really affecting the football game.
On 3rd down, he drops to throw. Unleashes one deep. Throw to the end zone. It's picked off. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception. Tennessee ready to go to work the Big Orange offense on the field. They haven't really been able to light up this scoreboard, but putting points up would be huge here. Gives them some room to operate as he rumbles ahead for 6 out to the 15-yard line.
And we talked about this guy coming into the game, man. He's a dude. Like, he's a guy that they're going to feature, they're going to give the football to. He's so good with the ball in his hand, so why would you not hand it to him as much as possible? They're doing it early, and he's getting some chunk yardage. This defense, they knew about him, but now they're finding out about him.
That's caught. It's Matthews. Brought down at the 20. It's a first down as this offense tries to get something going from deep in its own territory. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Wide receiver comes in motion. Fresh set of downs going to the air. Out wide right, it's Davis. And that corner came in hot despite knowing that he was giving up some size. Just a quick rhythm throw there and really good use of the tight end.
Yeah, good use of the big fella. I mean, go through your progressions real quick. You can't find anything. Get the easy gain. Don't take a shot down the field all the time. Take those shots later, but take those easy, wide-open opportunities to get some positive chunks.
Well, he was able to gash him on that play. You just give this guy 1 inch, one little crease. He puts his foot in the ground, and he gets north fast.
The Vols are flying down the field. Makes the catch, it's Staley. Makes the catch, but goes no further, and it'll be a short pickup on that one.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm.
They've got it to the 49-yard line, and they'll move the chains.
Love that throw there. And I remember as a Gator playing against Tennessee, you knew as a quarterback you were going to have to bring your A game to the park because of who was on the other sideline. I played against Peyton Manning, and I played against T. Martin, who won a national championship there. They have a legacy at that position. And this guy for Tennessee, he has a chance to be the next great one.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Grabbed over the middle. It's Smith. And he'll go down, but he has enough for the first down.
And when you get zone coverage and you're running curls and the wide receiver sprints off the ball, you know what happens? That DB starts to bail, and that wide receiver comes back, and it's easy pitch and catch for the offense.
Got a man. It's Davis. He goes out of bounds across the 25, mark it at the 24, and this defense, its head is spinning.
And that's a nice job by this offense. They got to find a way to continue to string good plays together. They've had a few, but they haven't put 3, 4, 5, 6 together, putting a drive like this together. Now, let's go pay the...
Snags it, and there's running room. Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown ball! And that one will give them the lead. If you're able to move the ball in a drive like that, the most overrated stat in football would be field position.
Agreed, and I think confidence is big right now after that last drive. To be able to flip the field like that, not just do it, but go down and score a touchdown. Running and throwing, for this offense now moving forward in this game, that last drive is going to pay big dividends.
Kentucky sends the offense back out onto the field. They find themselves trailing by a touchdown and a chance on this drive to even the score. They'll start on the ground with C.J. Baxter. Forges ahead, picks up about 3 to the 29.
Really nice play call by the offense, too. Obviously, your quarterback's thrown picks on his last 2 drives. You have to settle him down. And the best way to settle down a quarterback is to get the running game going. Put it on the big fellas up front. Put it on your backs. That's a really nice run, and that should help settle the QB down a bit.
The noise reverberating off the checkerboards and kneeling on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Right side, it's Anderson. He was hoping to get that thing down the sideline. They get him out of bounds at the 37. Here comes Kentucky after picking up that 1st down. They'll run it out of the gun with Baxter. And he's to the 48-yard line. That'll be good enough for a 1st down.
I know it hasn't been the type game statistically this running back was hoping to have up to this point. He's been getting shut down. Finally, he's able to break through for a big one. And sometimes, you know, it just takes one. It takes one run like that to get his confidence back, to get the offensive line's confidence back. Let's see what happens with this offense now moving forward.
Hit and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. A lot of ground to cover, and they need a chunk here on 2nd down. Send the tight end in motion. Back to pass on 2nd down. Got it behind the line. It's Rodriguez. Great job on the containment and the tackling. They stop him for no gain. 3rd and 10. From the gun, wants to pass. It falls incomplete, and that'll be the final play of the period. As we head to the 4th quarter, this guy is seeing the defense. Look how he spread the ball around. One final quarter to play, and a W in the win column at stake as we open the 4th. The Wildcats will have to send out the punt team. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Solid punt, headed toward the sideline, trying to make it tough to return. Holly Rowe has an update.
Guys, here on the Volunteers sideline, I can see a developing situation with their quarterback and the coaches. Their QB has struggled here today with the turnovers, and there's a lot of conversation. They're showing him those mistakes on the film, trying to get him to see what he's missing. They want to get some confidence built back up in this quarterback, but right now he's shaking his head like, I've got this, I've got this. We'll see if he really does here to take the field. Guys?
Appreciate that, Holly. They'll run him again. Breaks into the open. Good pickup on the ground, and they'll mark him down at the 39.
They talked to coaches this week. That's their guy. The running back is the guy they feel the most confident in. So I expect down the stretch, when you got a lead in this football game, you're going to keep hammering away with your best player.
And the Vols are facing 3rd and inches. Right at the line. And they'll spot it at the 45. That's good enough for a 1st down.
It's a point in the game, I think, as a coaching staff where you really challenge your offensive line to go win the football game, right? We've got to lead late. We're going to run the football. And the defense and everybody in the stadium knows that's what's going to happen. Can we run the ball down their throats and impose our will? That's what this offense right now is trying to do.
He snagged it, but he'll be stopped short of the first down. Good, solid pickup on that play. And the Volunteers with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Quick give. It's Bishop. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands. He was grabbing for anything he could get a hold of and wound up with a fistful of face mask, and it'll cost him 15. The offense comes back out with a new set of downs after the penalty. Fresh set of downs going up top. Looking to the big tight end. And it's incomplete, deflected, knocked away by the D.
How about the coverage by the defender on that throw? It was as if he knew where the ball was going to go. He practically ran the route for the wide receiver before swatting it away.
Wide receiver going in motion. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. Out wide right, it's Davis. Good pickup, a little bit short of the sticks. A manageable distance on 3rd down as they try to convert from the 20. Churns into the pile. Might have a chance. He's finally brought down, but he takes it all the way to the 6.
And if this offense can keep that rolling, if they can keep the physical ground game and continue to add these plays up as they go along, long drives, eat the clock with the lead, this coach will be ecstatic.
This offense not only has a chance to extend the lead, but they can also drain that clock. Quarterback will keep it. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Tennessee! Boy, do they need that score. Gave them a little cushion as they try to put a stop to this 2-game slide. Oh, and he hit the upright. A 70-yard touchdown drive, and he got into the house from the 6 to finish it. Deep in the end zone, it's Patterson. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Here comes the Kentucky offense out onto the field. Time is running short. They've let this game get away from them a little bit. They must get something done here to have a chance to pull it out late. They'll start on the ground with C.J. Baxter. Slams into the pile. He'll get 1 to the 17. Kentucky right back to the line.
And that wasn't a big game, but look at the offense. Right back on the ball, ready to call a play, ready to go fast.
And he can't connect on the throw. It's incomplete. Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. On the move. Trying to make magic on the scramble. They make the stop, but what a job on the scramble to get loose and pick up that 1st down.
Really nice awareness that time by the quarterback. He knew exactly where he needed to get to pick up the 1st down. He's scrambling on that play, and there are a lot of guys out there that would slide, that would try to run out of bounds, protect themselves, but that was really tough what he did. He put his body on the line to go pick up that 1st.
After the incompletion, it's 2nd and 10 from their own 25. Here's a give to C.J. Baxter. Got 9 yards on the play. Leaves him with 3rd and a yard. These are the types of plays where offenses impose their will. 3rd and short from the 45. They'll try to get the 1st through the air. Extending the play. Time running out, and he goes down at the 34. They pretty much have to keep the offense on the field, and they'll get right to the line of scrimmage. Snapped it, and he has to have it. He wants to go deep. Big tight end makes the grab. 1st down, still on his feet. Dragged to the ground, but not before. He's converted the 4th down to keep the drive going.
And that is a backbreaker if you're on defense. On fourth down, the opponent's throwing for it. Not only do you give up the first down, but you give up an explosive play. And all of a sudden now, you're reeling a little bit defensively.
Makes the grab almost to the first down marker, but a good pickup on that one. Clock stops, and we've reached the 2-minute timeout. This offense looking for anything to cut into this big lead. Line getting set on second down. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Baxter. He's stopped, but he's got enough to move the chain. Everybody has to be set. They have to get it off. Drops back on first down. Fires to the wideout. Dangerous throw on that one.
It's been tough for this QB in this one. Very small windows to throw into, and he's been under some duress as well. It's hard to find a rhythm as a QB in those types of situations, and that's why it appears as though his team's going to be leaving here with it now.
They'll need a bunch on second down. Tight end now in motion. Hand off for Baxter. Really good running, gets it into the red zone, and they'll have it at the 16. IndyCar tempo as they head to the line for this third down play. Clock running. Unloads to the wideout. And he's on his way. He'll go all the way. Touchdown, Wildcats!
Well, the offense did their part. You're just trying to apply some pressure on the opponent, right? Yeah, you're down right now, but if you can find a way to get the ball back with some time on the clock, they're within striking distance still to win this game.
It bounds through the back of the end zone. It'll be a touchback. So here is the Tennessee offense. They'll put this one in play first snap of the drive from the 25. They'll keep it on the ground. The clock is on their side. Wildcats signal for a timeout. That's their first. And now what will they come up with on this second down play?
This is an area of the game. On offense, you've got to be able to run the football well. You've got the lead in the fourth quarter, and obviously you're in your own end here, but you want to bleed the clock. You want to stay on the field and keep getting first down, so you have to be able to run it.
Kentucky spends its second timeout here. They'll take a moment to gather their thoughts and put together a plan for this third down play. Ball sitting right at the 30. It'll be third and short. Looking for room. It's Bishop. How about this defense? Another stop. This one right at the line of scrimmage. It's fourth down. The Wildcats called their third and final timeout. And now everybody chiming in to figure out how to play this fourth down. Gotta have it here on fourth down. Throws for the tight end. Oh, he dropped it. He just lost his concentration and didn't look it all the way in. Desperately wanted to convert on fourth down, but couldn't do it. Couldn't ask for better starting field position for this offense. Snap on first down, wants to throw. And he dropped it, just didn't look the thing all the way in.
Well, the quarterback off target on that one. And in this 2-minute situation, you've got to be able to call and run passing plays that you feel like you can run in your sleep.
On second down, he'll try to make the connection this time. And he avoids the hit and slides after the short gain. Clock is still running, and they have to get everybody lined up. On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Got his man. They stop him at the 23. Good pickup, but not quite enough for the first down. It'll bring up fourth down. Snapped it, and he has to have it. Throws to the tight end. Incomplete on fourth down, and man, did they need to keep that drive alive.
And that's a play the quarterback would love to have back. Late in the game, trailing by only one possession on fourth down, it looked like there was a window to put that football in.